Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises, honor, glory to the mighty Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and others that rule well. Peace and salutation to God, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom to the sisters out there, reverencing their husbands or preparing themselves, being teachers of good things to the children, reverencing their parents, right? Preparing themselves, enjoying their childhood. And that's one thing. This is completely in the spirit. I may just jump around. So, there's a fine line, right, in raising a child, teaching them the way they should go. Especially a lot of our parents, a lot of our brothers and sisters out there, they single parents. So you need a balance between, because right, the man is supposed to be the provider, and then the woman, the nurturer, right? And the man should teach, lessons, certain mechanical lessons, outdoor things, how things are done, and the woman's more like in-house cleaning, cooking, sewing. So, for the sisters out there, they gotta be a little bit more rough around the edges with their children to make sure they listen and put the fear of the Lord in them. And then for the brothers out there, they gotta be rough. They are naturally rough, but then they gotta be nurturing, and kind and soft and sweet and what it say. Keep that natural affection, right? Because we love our children and everything. But then it says don't call her the child. So don't be too babyish with them, right? As they grow up, you gotta be strict and let them know how the straight and narrow is. Teach them the way they should go, right? And they will not depart from it. Train up a child the way they should go. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Right. So these things is important. We're commanded to teach them statute, laws, commandments. Because who knows when we're up. When our time is up, through the Spirit, I always felt eternal, right? I look forward for forever. I don't really think about death. And that's kind of like being kingdom-minded, But the Lord can do whatever He wants with us, So we want to train our child. And even if the child depart, right? Say they end up with the other parent, or say somehow foster. The system's corrupt. Say we get persecuted for whatever, separated. You know how these devils be thinking, man. And that movie is phenomenal. The one what's it called? Like Leave the World Behind or whatever, just came out. Brother's doing a lot of videos on it, and there's a lot of signs. You got Esau's train of thought putting out there. This one sister once told me that they gotta show their the wickedness. They show their next steps. They kind of gotta tell you. It's kind of like Satan goes to the Lord to tempt, right? To ask to tempt, or Slaki. In the book of Job, right? He goes, I'll tempt him. Have you considered my servant Job, right? And not to get off topic, but the wicked, they kind of put it out there what their intentions is, right? So to be bold and say no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to be like that. It's important. Take a stance, right? Um, yeah, and then, they're showing you them going in their bunkers, race wars, uh, different war tactics. It's and of course, DTA, right, falling from the sky. So, and the writing on it, it looked more like a Arabic or like Elam, kind of like an Elamite or something. Who knows behind their little criteria? They always gonna try to throw you off. Deceit. They're gonna always try to deceive you. But also in the spirit, train up a child the way they should go, so they should not depart. So you train them. Jeremiah, right? Jeremiah 4. Slakis Nehemiah. Verse 10. Okay. Or is it 10 verse 4? Try it. Jeremiah 10 verse 4. Right? 4 Salaki. Here, we go from the top. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Who's the heathen? The other nations. For the heathen are dismayed at Salaki. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. So the Lord going to show great signs. I believe tonight they said that there's going to be comets falling from the sky, right? I forget what they call it. Who knows? Esau probably see these things shooting because they got all the telescopes. They sell us these little dinky ones for hundreds of dollars, and then they got these big ass magnifying things that see things coming from miles, right? With all their light pollution, you can't see much unless you're in this secluded city or town. And you're still not able to see the stuff they can see. So they probably see these things coming from miles. They're scared, shitless, right? So they can pre-warn. However it works. But the point is, the Lord said, don't be dismayed at the signs, just know it's the Lord. Everything's of the Lord. Even when Esau's moving, it's the Lord. Verse, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So they are dismayed, right? The word dismayed goes into like amazed, uncomfortable. Let's see, BLB. We go BLB, Jeremiah, and then we're gonna go to chapter 10. Oh, Salaki, 1 sec. Jeremiah 10. From the top, verse 2. Right? And click on 2's. Dismayed. H2865, right? Hatat. And I go straight down to Strong's Info. Click on it. Katat. Right? And it's a primitive root properly to prostrate, hence to break down either by violence or confusion and fear. Right? So they're all broken down, confused, fear, abolished, afraid, make afraid, amazed, beat down, discouraged, scared, terrified at the signs, right? And all praises Yahweh Shem Asar. So the Lord said, hey, give them praise, right? Give them praise. And then verse 3 it says, for the customs of the people are vain. Right? Customs. So their statutes and ordinances is for nothing. Right? And I don't want to go into this word vain because I broke it down yesterday. Oh, Salaki. going into the preacher, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Chapter 1, right? Vanities of vanities, right? That was my last video. So, twos, click on vein. H1892. Hebel. Right? So it says, rarely in the apps. Slocky. Let's see. Hebel. I gotta bring it back up. 1 sec. 2s, 10, 3. So it's chapter 10, Jeremiah, verse 3. H1 892, Hebel. And it says, emptiness or vanity, figuratively, something transitory and unsatisfactory, often used as an adverb, altogether vain, vanity. Right? So, emptiness, unsatisfied, right? For nothing, right? Of no use. So, the custom, so what they do is for nothing, right? So it says, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. So they're chopping down a tree for what? Not for kindling, not for firewood. They deck it with silver and gold to decorate it. Why don't they well, this is the heathen, you know. They weren't given the laws. This is just what they do. And then it says they fasten it with nails. So they deck it with silver and gold, right? Then they fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. So they nail it to the floor. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Right? So they act like they're all good, upright like the palm tree. Right? But they have no words behind them because their words don't match their actions, right? So it's the wicked. And then they must needs be born because they cannot go. Right? So we can go to Isaiah 46:1. That's the precept or the understanding, right? So, oh shit. Isaiah 46:1. Bel bowed down. Nebo stooped. Their idols were upon the beasts and upon the cattle. Your carriages were heavily loaded. They are a burden to the weary beasts. Right? So these are idols. And even the beasts, they're carrying them for nothing, right? So going back to Jeremiah. It says, they must needs be born, they cannot go. Right? So it says, you know, they're just doing it for nothing. It's all for vain. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither is it in them to do good. So they ain't nothing, you know. They're not even wicked. They're not even the wicked. Well, they're not Esau, right? The heathen customs, So that came out of Babylonian, right? And then you got the Greeks, Romans, which is Esau. But still yet their customs is vain. And his wickedness, that's his wickedness. But for them, it's not like they gonna hurt you. You know, because for them, that's their customs. It's for nothing. That's what they do. So don't be afraid of them, because they can't do good and they can't do bad. They're just vain. NPCs. Here it says, for as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, King of nations, for the... Right, so... Man, that tells you right here. Listen, it says, verse 7. Verse 6. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. The Lord is a strong tower. His name not to be messed with, right? Verse 7. Who would not fear thee? Who wouldn't fear the Lord? You know what I mean? He kills, he makes alive, right? You pray to him in sincerity. You know, it says in 3 days. So you commit transgression, you repent, you go through the process, he will build you back up, right? That's how powerful the Lord is. And then it says, for who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For here, and then precept, Revelation 15:4. Right, that's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who has all the crowns on his head. 15:4 it says, who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? For thou only art holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. And we in the time of judgment right now. Right? And it says, for Salaki, for to thee doeth appertain for as much as among all the wise men. Salaki, one sec. Hey, I'm gonna call you back. I'm doing a sit down real quick.
Okay.
Okay? Lights is off. Alright, so for as much as all the wise men of the nation